like to welcome you to our racing program. And to qualify for the feature, you're sure to make some money. And some contingency money provided by Holt Motor Company and Kakedo T&O Auto, T&D Auto Parts, French Lake Auto Parts in Annandale, Minnesota, Lou Fagers Racing in Delaware, Minnesota. And of course, that is all over at Fort Lake, Minnesota, the Wright County Fair on Sunday afternoon, August 6th at 1:30. The Superstock starts, 6-point roll cages and 80 tire maximums, and you can get some flyers downstairs, I believe, in the track office after the program that'll fill you in, let you know who to get a hold of in regards to any additional information on that particular event coming up on Sunday, August 6th. Okay, coming up right now, ladies and gentlemen, the first heat for the Superstocks, and in the number 10 automobile, Aaron Speedstead. In car number 10 on the outside, also number 75, that's Mike Jones from Onamia, Minnesota. Mike is sponsored by Chico's Place and also Sasker Manufacturing. Down on the inside, the number 72 automobile, Brent Berg out of Cedar, Minnesota. Moving up on the inside, we got a brand new automobile, the number 69 car. I'll get a driver's name on that in just a minute or two. Also on the outside, the number 12 car, Wayne Nelson. Wayne won last week's feature event. Wayne Crossup down on the inside from Cleveland, Timberman, Minnesota. On the outside, the number 17 car from Maple Lake, Minnesota. That's Andy Hampson. Let's see who we missed. Car number 78 out here. That's Lee Englund in the number 78 automobile out of Princeton. Those are the cars and drivers coming at you in heat number 1 for the Superstock. Okay, and in the number 69 automobile, Brett Vanderplaats. Out for the first time here at the Princeton Speedway. Good looking little automobile. Also the number 08 automobile, that's Steve Johnson out of Ramsey, Minnesota. We missed Steve. Okay. We'd like to mention we are still getting a few driver information sheets in. And those of you sitting in the grandstands, the wives and girlfriends of the drivers, make sure your driver gets these in. It helps us out a great deal, particularly if you want to plug your sponsors. There's no possible way we can pick them all up off the car. The best way to get them is off a driver information sheet. If we don't have one, we're simply not going to get plugged all the time. And you're not being fair to your sponsors. So get them in and get after your driver. Or sit down and move yourself and see to it that we get them. And you can drop them off in the office. You can drop them off with us up here. You can drop them off in the pit area. We'll get them eventually, one way or another. Okay, coming up right now, 13 for the Superstocks. And a good-looking group of cars. We got about 30 Superstocks on hand tonight, which is a great group of cars. One more lap. As Dave Stone wants somebody trying to sneak up. Once again, we won't mention any names, but the car Burgundy has got 75 on the side. Sponsored by Chico's Place and Sasker Manufacturing. And the driver's from up the road in Onamia, but we won't tell you who he is. Okay, coming up right now, we'll try it again, ladies and gentlemen, to get this group of cars started in heat number 1 for the Superstocks, and the green flag is out. Down low on the inside, Wayne Nelson in car number 12. Up high up to 75 of Mike Jones. And Wayne the red flag out. And we lost one already. Heat number 2, gentlemen. Let's line him up over on the far side, the north end of the pit area, for heat number 2 for the Superstocks. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. There's the answer that was complicated. All right. The number 24 car driven by Peter Reisman. In car number 24. So over on the backside now, we'll bring him around and we'll try it all over course, for the Super Stocks, 3 heats for the 6-cylinder cars, and 3 heats for the modifieds, and about 30 Super Stocks, close to 30 modifieds, and about 25 6-cylinder cars. So a great field of cars here for mid-season. After all, we are way over mid-season when you get right down to it. Mid-season championship for a couple of weeks ago. It seems hard to believe, but normally we start the season here about the last Friday in April. The last Friday in April. And this year, unfortunately, we missed about 3 early weeks because of the weather, so we really got off with a late start. But once we got started, weather's been pretty good to us. I'd like to mention that coming up this weekend also, the big bracket drag racing program up at BIR tomorrow and Sunday. 2 solid days of the very best in bracket drag racing. Here's the time on the end. So far, so good. Keep your fingers crossed, folks. You've got a car off the track over on the far side, but he's just kind of jelly over the end. And here's Ortega coming back on. That's the 08 automobile once again of Steve Johnson. Up front at the end to run Aaron Speedstead. It's car number 10, followed by number 75. Now on the inside, Lee England in the 78 automobile. And up front leader, brand new leader of the South End, Wayne Crawford. In car number 47. Followed by Mike Judge in the 75, the little Chanel automobile, and the number 3 spot car number 12, Wayne Nelson. We got him off the South End now. It is kind of really rolled off the South End. Car upright, however, the red flag out. That'll slow things down a little bit. And we'll get to trying to go up just a little bit. And our missing automobile is back out on the racetrack already. That's the number 24 car of Skeeter Reitzman. And Skeeter has not been running particularly well in this heat race. That's the second time, and the second time gets you the black flag and a free trip for the pits. So we'll try it again. Everybody looks to be in pretty good shape as far as the lineup is concerned. We'll double check that for you. Mike Jones in car number 75. Wayne Nelson in car number 12. And the 78 of Lee England. Heat number 2 for these guys coming up in just a moment or two. For the time being, of course, we'd like to remind you that our concession stand is open once again. All kinds of great things to eat and drink down there. All brought your way by the fine folks from the Black Friday 4-H Club. And in addition to serving up some great food at some great prices, all the profits and proceeds they make in that concession stand go right back into the 4-H Club programs here in Mille Lacs County. So in addition to getting good food and good things to drink, you also help out the 4-H Club too. Green flag out on the track. Wayne Nelson has a nice move, and another car automobile now way on the inside, leading through a Brent Bird. Kind of come over on the far side and up on the high bank now, coming up on the far side of the racetrack. So we'll get back in there. Still Wayne Nelson. Right now, the top 5 is number 7. And if this one were to end right now, those 5 cars would automatically. Number 3 turn. So the yellow flag will come out, or the red flag will come out, I should say. We'll slow them down a little bit, line them up once again, and get everything squared away as we are just a little over halfway here in the first heat for the Superstars. That was a problem getting the program underway here tonight with a lot of restarts. We usually save these for the features a bit later on. We'd also like to remind you that coming up on September 15 and 16 of 1989,
all worked out. Not great. Get your quarters.
And so far, several of the drivers we know that are qualified for the PAPS qualifier. Mark Schneike won it here at Princeton. Tim Graham's won up at Brainerd last weekend. The PAPS qualifier. It is one of the wildest feature races we've seen in a long, long time up at Bemidji. Jay Anderson picked up a win last Sunday night. So he is qualified for the PAPS qualifier as well. So 3 cars that are regular competitors here at the Princeton Speedway are already qualified for that event. So the Princeton Speedway will have some pretty good representation up at the PAPS qualifier. Kind of looking forward to that. It's going to be a great, great program once again. We mentioned Jay Anderson sailing along up at Bemidji with 3 cars in front of him running in the number 4 spot. And all of a sudden, the top 3 cars started to drop like flies, and there was Jay up front all by himself. Won it going away up at the Paul Bunyan Speedway in Bemidji last Sunday night. Okay, so we're trying again. Green flag out. We're back underway. Running very well on the backside of the racetrack and about a 3-4 car length lead now over the number 2 automobile, Mike Jones. We're getting a halfway side. Number 47. A battle shaping up for 3 and 4, I should say, between Wayne Nelson and 12 and the 78 of the Angels. Number 75 car did not have a dynamite kind of reach though, but battling it out with 3 and 4 right now. Outside, Wayne Crawford in the number 47 automobile. The 69 car with some motor problems. The white flag out for Wayne Crawford. Headed down pit road and down Powder Line. Once again, a Mike Jones in the battle for the by a bit. Over Lee England in car number 78, rounding out the top 5, the number 10 car of Aaron Smistad. Coming up right now, ladies and gentlemen, heat number 2 for the Super Stocks. Heat number 2 for the Super Stocks. And out in pole position, it'll be the number 31. Lowell Tauber, first row on the outside, car number 14, that's Chad Haas in 14. Car number 88, Jim Pankham down on the inside. The number 58 on the outside, Billy Joe Meyer, or as he calls himself now, Billy Joe Badluck. In the groove here in tonight's program. He was the first champion we had in this class, by the way back, 6-7 years ago, I guess. Third row on the inside. Driven by Roger Fawcett in car number 21. Down on the inside, the number 48 automobile, either Todd Reiser or Dan Brand out of Isle, Minnesota. On the outside, car number 84, Larry Alford's in car number 84, and way in the back, a brand new car, I believe, in this class, number 43 automobile. Don Robinson in car number 43. Don is sponsored by Crosstown Auto. And this is heat number 2 for the Super Stocks. Heat number 3 coming up in just a minute. And we'd like to remind long a time, the 98th Mille Lacs County Fair, Thursday, August 10th, the Garden Tractor Pull. Friday, August 11th, stock car races. Saturday, August 12th, the Demolition Derby. Sunday, August 13th, the 4x4 pickup mud run coming up on Sunday, August 13th. So it's kind of sneaking up on you a little bit. It'll be about, what, a month, I guess? But the great events always at the Mille Lacs County Fair. Make it a point to be here. Okay, so we'll take them around once again. Lowell Palmer to the number 31 automobile. Lowell came out a little bit late this season in the number 31 automobile. Apparently has not compiled an awful lot of points. Point leader, as we mentioned in this class, is Paul Hipsag. Tony Graham's out there in the number 22 automobile with 2:33. He is not that far behind the leader. In fact, he is 15 points down right now, which is very easy to make up if Paul Hipsag has a bad night. But Paul ran very well last week. And it looks like we're just about set to go as we double them up over on the far side. We'll bring them around one more time and keep your eyes on the flag man once again to see if we get a green flag. 3 heats, as we mentioned earlier, for the super stocks, followed by 3 for the 6-cylinder cars and 3 heats for the modifieds. We'll have consolation events, I'm sure, for the super stocks. I'm not sure about the other classes. That's all. Consolation for the super stocks. Okay, that means we're going to start a ton of cars in the modified feature, which is always kind of fun. 23 cars right now signed in the Minnesota Modified class, and if all of those cars are able to run, all 23 would start in a feature event. Not wishing anybody any bad luck, but we kind of secretly hope that about 8 or 9 of them can't make the call. But usually about that time, then we get everybody out there and everybody running strong. So it has been very wild and woolly the last few weeks, with a lot of cars starting in the feature event. Number 58. Down low on the inside, Jim Pangan in car number 88, moving up alongside of Lowell Palmer, the number 31 automobile. And sponsored by Sin City Towing, in addition to Animal Steel up in Malacca, Minnesota. Over on the backside now, Tony Graham's making a move on Lowell Palmer in car number 31. Still up front, ladies and gentlemen, your leader of the 14 car, Chad Hass. The red flag comes out, which means we will go back a lap on the restart. Car out of action on the far side, that's the number 48, a Todd Reiser or Dan Brandt. Whichever of them is in the car tonight. And I'm not really sure. But up front on the restart, it'll be Chad Hass in car number 14, followed by Billy Joe Badluck in the number 58 automobile. So we'll get them lined up once again. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our tow trucks for being on hand here tonight. They always do a great, great job, starting out with the Princeton Oil Company up on the north end, Zim City Towing in the middle, and the Blaine Brothers covering the south end. So thanks a bunch, guys. We appreciate it. And we'd be a little remiss if we didn't have to lean against their fire trucks or sit up on top, but we kind of like them to stay that way. On hand here every Friday night, the green flag coming out once again. We're back at it. Down the back stretch. Moving into the number 3 spot now, right behind Billy Joe Meyer at the 88, Jim Pangan, Lowell Palmer, and Tony Graham. Moving up alongside right now, and he's looking at the thing. And Roger Clausen goes off the racetrack over at turn number 2, appears to be okay, however. And down the front straightaway comes the leader, Chad Hass. Car number 88. Battle on for the number 1 spot between Chad Hass and Billy Joe Meyer. With Jim Pangan not all that far behind in car number 88. Tony Graham, number 5, Lowell Palmer. And not that far out of it, the 48 once again, Todd Reiser. Todd Reiser 2, 3, and the white flag coming out right now. But Chad Hass puts aside. He's on the backside now, and he took advantage of a little miscue by Billy Joe and cut off the line for foul 19. Oh, and Bobby Fawcett at 21 was out the south end, and Chad Hass at 14. Billy Joe has just taken the car number 88, car number 22, 40 Brand. And now in the number 5 spot, Todd Reiser or Dan Brand out of Isle, Minnesota. The J&L Construction Wayne Sanitation car from Isle. Point standings, Chad Hass, ladies and gentlemen, from Isanti, Minnesota, the number 14 automobile. You might notice over in the area of turn 2, Bill Dillinger from Trackmaster Photos kind of hangs out over in that area there. And whenever anybody wins a race here at the Princeton Speedway, they automatically scooch over to turn 2 for the picture-taking ceremony that takes place at the end of each heat race. And Phil Dillinger on hand here every Friday night with us here at the Princeton Speedway to do the honors with all the cameras. Does a great, great job, and we appreciate him being here. Coming up right now, the third heat for the Super Stocks. Out in pole position, the number 15 of Galen Hass. First row on the outside, car number 11, Pat Hardy. Second row inside, the number 4, Tom Sapp in car number 53. In the number 66 automobile, Jim Hengel out of Elk River, and rounding out this heat race for the Super Stocks, car number 97. Car number 97, driven by Mike Whitcomb from Princeton. So, leading them around on the inside will be Galen Hass, sponsored by Hass Farms. And on the outside, the number 11 of Pat Hardy. Drivers get the double up sign and really getting it started in just a moment. Heat number 3. As Chad Hass heads down pit road, down into the pits for a well-deserved break. Okay, coming up right now, as we said, bringing them around on the inside, Galen Hass on the outside, the 11 of Pat Hardy. Green flag out, and we're underway. And the battle for number 1 looks right now like Galen Hass, your leader in the 15 automobile. Followed by Pat Hardy, some great cars and drivers in action in this one. Up front. Down on the inside, car number 15. Your winner in the third and final heat for the Super Stocks. Tom Brownell, by the way, the number 77 automobile. First time out this year for Tom. Here at the Princeton Speedway. This should be a pretty good matchup. Here in the 6-cylinder class out in the pole position, number 7.